ちょっと汚れたスーツケースを持って何も知らずに空から降りた地図の向こうここに山上夢見た憧れの場所 Yeah 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 Rock City boy Yeah 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 Rock City boy Oh baby じゃんじゃん壁乗り越えよ With my guitar 届くまでおげんだお Just music それだけで君に捧げるよ Oh yeah マジで共通点のが多いんちゃう With my guitar 探しながら Yeah だお Just love ただそれだけで追いかける Free My perfect dream
I've always felt I should enjoy the Japanese manga Fairy Tail more than I do. There isn't anything hateable about the series. However, I can't seem to jump all into the series the way I've done other series of the same type, like One Piece, Dragon Ball, or heck even Rave Master, which was created by Fairy Tail author Hiro Mishima. Since I'm having a problem with putting a finger on why I don't love this comic, I'll just give a brief synopsis of the series and then go into my positives and my negatives of the series. The world of Fairy Tail is filled with magic and magicians, both good and bad. And it starts when a young girl named Lucy starts on a quest to join a magician's guild and meets Natsu and Happy, who are trying to find Natsu's father, who's a dragon. Both of them are also part of the raucous and troublemaking, but in the end, good-hearted guild called Fairy Tail. She eventually joins the guild and adventures and absurdity ensue. Pro. The art is good. It's simple, but it's easy on the eyes and has the fun and creatively designed characters. The world that the characters inhabit looks interesting too. It looks very well thought out. And it also looks like the author Hiro Mishima has really stepped up his game because the action scenes pop better here than they did in his previous series, Rave Master. And there are times when the detail in the comic is extremely polished. Con. There's no feeling of escalation. The series is just over 40 volumes long, and while there are a lot of comparatively short story arcs, the series doesn't feel like it's going anywhere. There's a sense of repetition. The stories each story arc hit certain beats every single time. You know how it's going to start, you know how it's going to end, and you have an idea what's going to happen in the middle. And you know that in the end, Natsu's going to punch someone with a fire punch. It gets boring after a while. Also, after the first few volumes of the story, there's really no character development to speak of along the main cast during the story. Also, no one of any significance dies. I'm not saying that there aren't any stakes, because in one story, I believe all of magic is being held in the balance. And in another, a more recent storyline, the fate of two worlds were at stake. Despite that, I never felt the gravity of the situation. Some people will say it's predictable and you know the good guys will win in the end. I disagree with that somewhat, because even if you know the good guys are going to win in the end, the tensions should build on how they will win. Example would be Indiana Jones or any of the Star Wars films. Pro. It's easy to jump into the story. During a storyline, you could pick up any chapter or volume and get up to speed pretty quickly. Also, after major storylines, there tend to be a short break between the next one, so it's not really relentless. Con. I've talked about this in previous videos, but here it is again. Romantic love. With maybe one exception, romantic love is really only one-sided and usually played for laughs. Unfortunately, that's like many comics of the Shonen Age group, it seems is like that as well. And I'm not sure why that is, because, as I said, Hiro Mishima in his previous series, Rave Master, there was romantic love and he was able to write it well, so I don't know why he's having a problem doing it here. Pro. Good, well-paced action and comedy scenes that are well drawn as well. The comedy works and usually isn't out of place for a scene. The emotional moments when they occur are also very nicely done as well. I can't say I'm surprised since the creator Hiro Mishima excelled at this during Rave Master as well. Cons. What are the goals of the characters? What do they want? What are their dreams and what are they trying to do to achieve their dreams? We know what Natsu wanted from the earliest chapters. Lucy, by the end of chapter 1, achieved her goal. A character's goal or dream can make for some great stories. What are they trying to achieve? Heck, it can be something as simple as getting stronger, or becoming Hokage, or finding One Piece, mapping the world, becoming the world's greatest swordsman. Losing this very valuable piece of the character, I feel, hinders the story. Pearl, likable protagonist. Despite the negatives that I've noted, the characters are fun to read and I enjoy their interactions with each other and the outside world. Con. What is the end game for the series? With the exception of Natsu finding his dragon father, what questions need to be answered to propel the series forward? As I know before, there have been different storylines, but they seem to follow the same pattern every time and they end the same way. It just feels that the author and the publication is just milking this beyond where they should. I believe that this is the reason why I keep stopping and starting reading the series. Nothing changes and there are no real ramifications. Con. Powers and special moves. There are some basic powers such as fire and ice, and then there are some really creative ones such as using special keys and the ability to magically change your armor. There are power-ups and special moves, but I tend not to be wowed by them. Their new techniques don't seem to be that big of an upgrade. Maybe I would be more wowed by them if I saw them actually practicing these moves and techniques, like in other titles. So after thinking about it, is Fairy Tail a great series overall? No, but it's a very good one, and at times it's a very, very good one. Both the manga and the anime show at times the true potential of the series, but sadly it never reaches it. That said, I do recommend it. If you've just started reading Japanese manga or watching Japanese anime and you want a title that follows the shonen concept of friendship, effort, and victory, then this is for you. If you ever get fatigued by the series, then just stop and maybe pick it up a few volumes later, since it follows the same basic formula every time. And until next time, goodbye.